Thank you, Madam Speaker. Let me take the members of the government side back down memory lane to right before the last election when the Premier made a campaign announcement about seismic school upgrading, saying, quote, absolutely nothing is more important than keeping our kids safe. She's right. She's right, Madam Speaker. But since then, the government has utterly failed to keep the Premier's promise made to parents and kids on that day to upgrade all schools in British Columbia by 2020. This was a goal and a timeline that was first announced in 2005. It was re-announced in 2009, again in 2011, and then, of course, in that photo op in 2013. All schools seismically upgraded by 2020. Just 2 months ago, the Minister of Education said all schools upgraded by the year 2030, Madam Speaker. He has added 10 years of leaving children in schools that are in danger of crumbling in an earthquake. So I have to ask this to the minister. How can his government say school seismic upgrades are their #1 priority, but then fall so short of the mark when it comes to actually keeping our kids safe?
Minister of Education.
Well, thank you, Madam Speaker, and I've stood in this House on a number of occasions when asked about this and said very clearly, Madam Speaker, and I will try and do it again, this government's policy on seismically upgrading schools is a top priority. We are working with school districts to make sure it's done. And the member opposite himself, Madam Speaker, joined me at a photo op to celebrate a seismic upgrade in his riding because their school district was willing to work cooperatively with us to get it done. And the member said at the time, Madam Speaker, it is an example of cooperation between a local school district and the province to do the work that has to be done. But Madam Speaker, let me give the member some facts again. Since 2001, this government has invested $2.2 billion, Madam Speaker, to seismically upgrade schools. And Madam Speaker, one last point for the member, just so that he can remember it, Madam Speaker. As of this January, 145 schools have been completed in this province, and 11 more are underway, and more are coming, Madam Speaker.
Victoria Swan Lake on a supplemental.
Well, Madam Speaker, I've never seen an individual so capable of putting such a cheery spin on an extra 10 years of delay for your kids. Last Friday, the Attorney General, Madam Speaker, reminded us that we live in one of the most dangerous parts of the world, where earthquakes could strike at any time and where we need to be prepared, and where indeed earthquakes have struck. We've had near misses off Haida Gwaii and other places on our coastline. This government hasn't come even close to preparing our schools for the big one when it hits. And that's the problem, Madam Speaker. What's worse, the government is continuing to actually find more high-risk schools. Let's talk about Richmond. Last year, 20 schools, some of them on wooden foundations, found to be at high risk of collapse. 2 schools in Ucluelet added to the list this year. The wait for seismic upgrades is growing longer, not better under this government, Madam Speaker. So to the minister, why is his government failing to make the safety of our children his priority and failing to deliver on the Premier's promise to upgrade schools in communities that all MLAs represent in the province of British Columbia?
Minister of Education.
Well, you know, Madam Speaker, I really believe the NDP policies are like a weather vane. They could be an alternative energy source because how fast they spin around, Madam Speaker. But let me speak Let me speak
Members.
to the very thing that the member has talked about, Madam Speaker. And Madam
Please wait. Members, the House will come to order. Please continue.
Madam Speaker, the only seismic upgrade that the members opposite invested in was a liquor distribution warehouse, Madam Speaker. So I think them lecturing our government when we've spent billions of dollars upgrading seismically, not only in schools, but other infrastructure. Madam Speaker, that criticism, I think, should be pointed at themselves for never having done anything other than a liquor warehouse.